As I begun drawing portraits, I started off with giving a friend a portrait for her birthday. Later on, got a girlfriend, and I also created a portrait for her as a cute little present. Realizing that I can create portraits made me add more of them into my school projects, which later on I sent this artwork into a competition and it got me a gold medal in Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Bruno Mars was one of my first sketches I did for fun, and it was during the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep on the weekend. As people recognized my artworks, I began to get more encouragement to do more portraits, which later on had created people to request me to draw celebrities. As I draw celebrities, I wanted to draw one of my favorite celebrities, which was Eminem. I sent this artwork into Scholastic's Art and Writing Awards also, and received a gold medal included with a $100 prize for most talented student in the state. Will Smith's expression in one photograph was one of my favorite, and so I decided to draw him. Later on, I got contacted by a man who knew Will Smith because his family lives down the road in Philadelphia, and he wanted to purchase this artwork from me for $60, but he really didn't get in contact with me again. I thought it would be really cool if I did actually have a celebrity have one of my artworks, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I continued to draw more celebrities and continued to take requests from people. The same man wanted to purchase Lil Wayne from me too, although he didn't get in contact with me, so I couldn't. But I continued to draw more celebrities and more celebrities. I remember one night I created 3 different portraits just for the fact I was very encouraged by my artworks. This drawing of Chris Brown was one of them, which I later added on as a little combination of Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, and Will Smith. People started to acknowledge my use in eyes in my artworks, and so I drew Rihanna specifically for her eyes and for them to stand out in my artwork. I tried to work with eyes more often and focus mostly on the lips and the eyes in a female, as you can see in Taylor Swift. I realized I could get a lot of acknowledgement for drawing celebrities because that's what most people like. And so this is why I started to draw the very popular big stars. As I developed, I started showing more people my artworks, and for the first time, I actually had a woman specifically pay me to draw her daughter and her son. I decided to go back into drawing portraits for people as a present because it is a lot easier and it means a lot more to actually draw somebody their portrait instead of having to go buy and figure out what the person wants for their present. The woman who first ordered the portrait from me really liked my artwork and decided to come back for me to draw another portrait of 2 men as a present for them. This was by the end of 8th grade for me, and I wanted to thank my art teacher for teaching me throughout middle school, and so I drew her a portrait again as a gift, so it will be appreciation and for her to know how well she taught me. Summer 2012 was the first time I actually got a request from a person that I never even known, because my name has gotten out to people at different states from portraits I have given and drawn for. As you can see, it was 2 kids. Again, I get another portrait order to draw a policeman for a celebration. Later, having his stepsister drawn as a memory to her mother. This was the first portrait of 2 people actually drawn, and I realized that these type of portraits really started to add value to the artwork and started to add a lot more emotion to the artwork. Mid-summer, I got back into drawing celebrities because I didn't like the stress was too much for drawing people for orders, so I wanted to relax and just have fun for my own self. Here I draw Drake, and I personally think that this is the best artwork I have drawn so far. People always told me that I should create a expression in my artworks and have more creativity, and so in this artwork I drew a portrait and an eye as to express of being trapped. Early August of 2012, I received the biggest project I ever had and which was to draw a woman's son, daughter, older daughter, and her youngest child. And for the same lady, I also was the first time having to draw 2 different copies of an artwork for me, because she wanted 2 artworks to keep in her house and her mother's home. I continued to get portrait orders and having profits from my artwork, but this was the first time I actually had to draw a portrait of an animal. Once school started, I began to stop taking portraits and to have more fun for myself, just drawing artworks for me and not having so much stress about getting the orders done to make sure it's right. Once again, I started to give portraits as presents for people. This is actually the second present for the same person, because the first portrait I drawn about a year ago, but I did not take a photograph of it. But when I saw the difference, it was crazy how much I developed. I remembered how much recognition I got for drawing celebrities, and is why I decided to draw the well-known band at that time, One Direction. As time went on, I continued to draw celebrities and continued to just draw for myself and hang out the portraits. I also started to sell the artworks of celebrities later on as people realized that I had them and they wanted them. Since One Direction was so popular, a lot of people wanted artworks of them, and is why I drew a order of the whole band for a girl. Teen relationships always thought that having a portrait of a couple would be a good idea for a present for maybe their 5-month or 6-month or maybe year anniversary. This is when I started to get portrait orders from people in school. As people in school recognized my artworks, more people ordered me to draw portraits for them. Eventually, a girl wanted me to draw their parents as a portrait anniversary gift. From previous portraits, I really enjoy drawing children, and which is why a woman ordered 2 portraits of her daughter's children as a present also. I had friends order portraits from me of their relationships and just of themselves, and so far I have been taking orders non-stop from people and making a total of about $1,000 from all the portraits. A friend of the police officer who I drew on previously also wanted their portrait done, so here is another artwork of a policeman. During that time I had a girlfriend, and for a Christmas present I drew her portrait. I actually drawn 2 separate artworks, one going into scholastics with a silver medal and a second one as a gift towards her. Recently I got into YouTube and I needed to figure out how to get more views on my channel, so I decided to take video recordings of me drawing portraits of celebrities, getting a lot of views for the celebrity artwork and a lot of acknowledgement on YouTube.